Hi everybody, Dan Larrabee back for Dan Larrabee's channel. Doing a comparison video of these trains, these three trains here. These two are just the engines, and this one's the engine in the full set. This track right here comes with this train, and I got this from Ollie's. This train is actually worth about $100 to $70 something online. Ollie's was selling it for $49.99, so $50. Now, think about it. This is a toy grade model train. It didn't get very good reviews, but that's the thing. There's two different versions of this train. There's a version that is a 440. This one is, and that's the configuration of the wheels. As you can see, 3 wheels. This is actually considered a 080 steam engine. It looks kind of like a 440 with the design of the boiler and the smoke box and everything in the cab. It's actually a 080. They have two versions. One is a 440, which is the 2 and then 2 wheels. This one has 3 and 3. So it's called or actually 4. Sorry, it's 4. That's called an 080. That's what this is. I believe that's correct. The other one is a 440, which is a different version, and it has a remote. This one's actually a better version, I do believe, and it has the same exact cars. It's also O-gauge. Now, here's the difference. This is legitly more O-gauge than these two, and they're on an O-gauge scale track, or gauge. O-gauge and scale. O-scale and O-gauge are two different things. This would be called O-gauge track. This would be called O-scale train. Two different. This is on O-gauge track, but this is not O-scale. Because, look at the size differences. And because, do a comparison, this is a 132 scale die-cast model car of a 57 Chevy cop car with kind of like the LAPD style police colors. And look at the scale. It's 132 scale die-cast. It's metal and plastic. And it's pull back, so it kind of drives. If you pull it back, it'll go. But it looks more realistic to this train. If you had a layout, because you know, a person that would fit in this car would pretty much be able to, you know, in the cab of this steam engine, if it was fully completed and detailed, which it's not because it's toy grade, but it would be more scale to this train than this. If you look at the scale difference, it wouldn't look right. It just wouldn't look right at all. I mean, some people are okay with detail, but this looks more realistic because in reality, if in the time frame, because we don't have steam engines, they're used for in real life for like, you know, for tourists and stuff, because steam is so outdated, people don't use steam engines anymore, but I love steam engines more. So you would have to scale with a model layout. It looks more realistic with buildings and stuff if you had that layout. But I will show you the difference between this. So this is Lionel branded, toy grade, and this is Lionel branded, toy grade. So they don't make them in the factory of Lionel, which is Lionel's a model railroad company, and it's toy grade, and they make hobby mostly. This is a discontinued Adventure Force Railway used to sell at Walmart. Now check this out. This is actually kind of cool because of a light feature. And this one also is better than that train. As you can see, it's smoking. It says smoke feature. There's a smoke feature. Now check this out. Smoke. Now, that train is that's Adventure Force. Now if you put the light on, you can make it smoke, see? Actually smokes better than that one, which is kind of weird. And this is Lionel branded Christmas Pennsylvania Railroad train. And the sound doesn't work on it anymore. It is modeled after a Berkshire steam engine, American, and this was modeled after a British engine because there's the buffers on the front and kind of like the Hogwarts Express. All right, so God bless. Jesus loves you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.